Hi guys and welcome to another vlog. I'm riding this. This is the Yamaha FZ-X, which is basically the FZ, which is sort of been made in an off-roadish avatar, but we do not get the XSR 155 something of that sort, which is based on the R15. We get this one made for India. Anyways, it is actually an FZ underneath, but there's some design changes like this light, for instance, which is a new unit. Now it gets an LED DRL, a projector setup as well. The projector is not there in the regular FZ. However, the indicators are not LEDs, although this is an LED. Now they've given it the retro treatment, so you get a round light, round cluster and whatnot, and a lot of metal on this bike, which has added 2 kg of weight when compared to the regular FZ. Now first and foremost, you can see metal mudguard, ABS written right there. Okay, fork gaiters as well, and this is also a nice treatment, says FZ-X right there. They've actually made the tank smaller by 3 liters, which makes no sense at all. This is a 10-liter tank. The regular FZ gets a 13-liter tank. Okay, now they put a bash plate as well, so certain elements have been put to make it more practical for sure. And the tires have also been changed. Now these tires are you can call them sort of a dual purpose tires. They are better at water wading and kind of also better performance off-road situation, but it's not really an off-road bike. This is more about, because you know the suspension travel is the same, however it's just better with the tires on bad roads. Now you see the engine is really chintu mintu. It says something which says, you can just read it. Okay, design has been changed. In fact, the seat height has increased by 20 mm to 810 mm when compared to the regular FZ 790 mm seat height. And here you see the seat has also changed. Okay, it has got this sort of a treatment, sort of a flat seat. This is the grab rail, which is also different. The tail light is also different. That's an LED, but the indicators, like I told you, doesn't get LED. The mudguard is big. Well, that's what she said. You can see this bike actually kind of looks like a husky from certain angles. The design elements are like that. So this is not really an off-road bike. It's still a commuter bike because it gets a really chintu mintu engine. You get a monoshock suspension, of course, like the regular FZ. What do you think about the design of this bike? I think they could have done much better. Okay, their metal treatment and all is good, however adds to the weight, but 2 kg is not much. Although the tank looks big, it's also small, and this thing actually comes in your hand. So yeah, that could have been better. Now this is a new cluster. Okay, let me clean it first. Design is new, looks really nice. It gets Yamaha's Y Connect as well, wherein you can see a lot of information on the app. The app is not the best, not the slickest, but you know, you can get a lot of riding information. But there is no gear position indicator here. Telltale lights on the top, and yeah, this is the Y Connect app. Dhanil has been using it. What's up, dude?
Good.
How's the app?
Pretty nice.
Pretty nice. I just said that it's not that good, and now you're contradicting me. Oh my god, I'll have to edit all this out.
No, it is decent.
It is decent.
देखो hang होता है अभी.
लेकिन hang होता है, so obviously it is not that decent. Okay, now this is the switch gear. This is the engine start button. This is the engine start button. This is the kill switch. What is giving some information? Dhanil doesn't ride eco, so just okay. Let's do one thing. Let's turn on the bike. There. Okay, it's connected. That's pretty nice actually. Okay, coming to the cluster, it's a nice unit, yeah. And you get a speedometer which is big enough. Tachometer is very chintu mintu, and you can see the tachometer functioning right now. Odometer, and it says it's connected to the app. Fuel meter, it never has fuel because Dhanil drinks all of it. You can browse through twin trip meters, but that's about it. It also gets a clock, but it's not really a loaded cluster. This is kind of disappointing. Mirrors are so-so, don't look that great as such. High beam, low beam, the horn, very meek as such. Indicator, this is the pass by button. As you can see the light, yeah, that is actually quite nice. I like it. Lot of metal treatment on this bike, which is actually quite nice in terms of comfort and all. We'll talk about that in a bit when we ride this bike. Let's hear it once again. Here we go. Alright, it's time we start riding this beast. Alright, I'm all set to go. Off we go. Oh my god, the pegs are so front set. 41 in first. And trust me, on this bike actually feels quite spritey in the mid-range, which I'm quite surprised by. Okay, the pegs are really very front set, which kind of feels awkward and weird, but comfort levels are phenomenal. Firstly, the front suspension is soft, the rear is a bit hard, but there's no problem. If you take a Pilliana, the rear becomes even softer. So overall ride quality is actually quite nice. I like the way this bike is so easy, it's so light, in spite of the fact it weighs 2 kg more. Front we have a 282 disc, at the rear I think we have a 220, 240, something like that. Nobody cares about it. Disc brake. Okay, braking performance is actually nice. There's a good initial bite as well, but it's got a front channel ABS only, a single channel ABS which works at the front. If you step on the rear now, it kind of slides, but in a controlled manner. Clutch is obnoxiously light. It's a very light clutch, and the gearbox is also very smooth shifting. This sounds much better than before, much better than the FZ. It kind of sounds more bassy. You know why? We have changed the canister of the exhaust to make it sound better, but the problem is that this 149cc engine, which is air cooled and it's a single cylinder unit, is just underpowered. Okay, there's good grip around the corners thanks to the fact that the tires have been changed slightly, but you know what, if you try to corner hard, it kind of leaves its line. But overall handling is very nice because everything is the same, the cycle parts are the same, everything is identical. The only thing which has changed is the way this thing has been placed. I mean the pegs have been placed, which doesn't really inspire confidence, the front side pegs. And you know what, the bike is super duper light. It is so freaking light. I mean 139 kgs is some weight still, but it feels super duper light to ride, which is actually a very good thing. And I like the fact that the engine is very smooth low down, but low end response isn't that great like it was in the case of the in the case of the regular FZ, because they've actually reduced 0.3 Newton meters of torque. Yeah, this one produces 13.3, I believe. Power is 12.2 bhp, which is very lackluster. And this is a bike which has zero top end. There is no top end grunt at all. It only has a good low mid range. Actually low end is also lacking, mid range is stupendous. So they have made changes to the tuning of the bike just to get you a stupendous mid range punch. I don't know why there's no top end. It really screams like, it screams for mercy in the top end as such. So the bike is not meant to be ridden fast. It's a proper commuter motorcycle only, and I'm finding it very difficult to adjust to the pegs, which are so freaking front set. Now what we're going to do is, we are mid range is nice, we're going to launch it again. Here I'm into first gear and off we go. 14 first, like I told you earlier. In second it does 61. It's a 5-speed gearbox, but then the struggle is absolute real when you get in fourth gear, because it really struggles to go beyond 90 kilometers per hour as such. Feels more comfortable, to be honest, doing city duties, city riding. That's completely fine. Try to push it any further than that, it just feels uncomfortable. But very comfortable motorcycle to ride. And then there are two variants on offer. 1,38,000 on road Mumbai is the price of the regular FZ-X. This one is Bluetooth, costs an additional 5,000 rupees. So the premium when compared to the regular FZ with Bluetooth is around 10,000 rupees. What do you get for 10,000 rupees? Well, a slightly different design, but the motorcycle remains more or less the same as before. No change on that front. Yeah, okay. Suspension is soft, but then the problem is gets a little bouncy as well, and with the pillion it gets even more bouncy as such. I don't know what Yamaha is doing, why they don't give more power on the motorcycles, but they realize everything is about commuting, and that's the reason. As a commuter motorcycle, well, this does a decent job for sure. Not much to complain about. Throttle response in the mid-range is actually quite likable. Fuel efficiency will return similar to the regular Yamaha FZ, which I think is somewhere between 37 to 42 kilometers per liter, again depending on your driving style. But then you have to hit the fuel pump earlier. Okay, you can easily navigate through traffic. There's so much traffic here. Now onto the throttle. I can't see anything because my helmet is so fogged up because of the rain. These rains just refuse to die out. This bike is so freaking loud, the one ahead, and you know what, it punches air through that exhaust right onto your whatever position of your bike is. Never mind, this one still has more oomph than this one, because that one doesn't. What is this and that you're taking? Take names, Faisal. Okay. Oh my god, we are reaching almost 80 kilometers per hour. That is like a milestone, but the top speed is somewhere between 100 to 110 kilometers per hour, depending on what kind of slope you are. We are on a slope right now, but this is a curving one. But yeah, on a slope you can actually go through on a higher top speed by around 1 or 2 kilometers per hour. Oh my god, that is like an achievement for sure. But then I don't understand why there is single channel ABS. Okay, it gets the job done. For enthusiastic riders who are going to really stand on the brakes, dual channel ABS. Whatever norms come into the picture now, all these companies figure out something out to cut costs. Like single channel ABS should not even exist. There should be dual channel ABS as standard. What will they do? Increase the cost by 5,000 rupees, increase the safety by 50,000 times, and that is something which I honestly feel they should have offered. I mean, yeah, everyone is doing it, so Yamaha will not be behind in offering single channel ABS, more cost effective option. So there's not much to talk about this bike. Similar as the FZ, I don't know why they even launched this bike as such. Probably to appeal to those who want something different from the regular FZ, because the regular FZ kind of looks a little conventional. This is a little retro unconventional. You can say that, maybe you can, maybe you cannot. See, when you ride softly, it shows this eco mode indicator on the in between the tachometer, and then when you get on the throttle, it vanishes. So eco is there, onto the throttle, that vanishes. This is a bike which is a good commuter motorcycle with a good mid-range. Here's my tip: do not take it out on the highway, no matter what. In the city, fantabulous. Out on the highway, kind of sucks. Did you hear that? I guess not, which is a good thing. I don't even feel like stopping it and launching it because it's kind of pointless. So guys, this is my vlog of the Yamaha FZ-X. Okay, And then top end, nothing there at all. It really screams in the top end, doesn't feel comfortable there at all, but who cares? If you like this vlog, make sure to give it a thumbs up, that's a like button, and also subscribe to the channel. And don't think just because it looks kind of off-roadish that you'll take it off-road, because you're going to suck at it. But hey, that's how things are. Unfortunately, I just feel like enjoying the weather, enjoying the wind in the helmet, little bit of it which is coming, and then riding at a slow pace, because that's where this FZ-X appeals. Bye bye. Since it's raining, Thanil is advising me I should put the GoPro in rain. You know why? Sorry, in rice. Because he's a ricer. Which actually reminds me, there's also a 12-volt charging socket. वो actually camouflage हो गया cluster के साथ, वो gloves के साथ तो खुलने नहीं वाला है, तो gloves निकाल के खोल देंगे. Yeah, that's actually a handy feature. Is there in the regular FZ? No. Oh my god, you're paying more money for that. Juice up your batteries.